Again, I'm back.
But what would that do also to your life? Yes, we can do it, and we have the right to do that. We can cause drama. But wouldn't that also like be impossible for you to eventually actually even move on and begin to build a life of your own because you
but to reach that level,
some of the things that can happen. But others would argue to say, no, we shouldn't have to put this child in a central place. If the man is disciplined enough to maybe decide on what he wants, but that is a brainer, because certain times this is a man who's had a relationship with the baby mama, right?
But then obviously she's going to come up and cause drama because she. And then this is like one thing that baffles me about how we operate as women sometimes. Because I'm saying we, I mean,
because you are a woman. And you're dramatic.
I haven't physically manifested drama, but I have had
beyond. For me,
the beyond is like, first of all, they have to suck from you.
I don't know, but I'm scared of their no. I'm thinking my body will be messed up. I don't want, but and. Truth be speaking, I know, when somebody has a child,
hello, welcome. This is the Before Marriage podcast. My name is Ensart Lungu and I am with Naomi today. Naomi, now I'm confused because she said she's Naomi and I know her as Naomi. But anyways, we'll get to her later. But just a few shout outs before we get into our conversation for today. First of all, shout out to the deck. Thank you for allowing us to shoot in your facilities. And this is the menu I'm holding. I mean, if you want to see what's inside, come to the deck at Lewanika Mall. That is just next to Woodland Stadium. And then also thank you to Purple Butterfly for dressing me up. Purple Butterfly Closet. Contact them. You can find them on social media. And if you like the corset top I'm wearing, you can buy it. Talk to Purple Butterfly Closet. Makeup, just so you can have a look at how I'm looking. Makeup was by Peach Professional Makeup Services. Look them up on social media. You can follow them and like them as well. Now, today on the Before Marriage podcast, we're talking baby mama drama. Maybe we'll even talk about baby daddies. I don't think I've heard much about baby daddies.
We don't get to hear a lot, especially when it comes to baby daddies. Maybe because naturally men don't have dramatic tendencies as much as the women do.
Did you say naturally?
I said naturally, yes. Women are naturally dramatic.
But
if you are a man and you're dramatic, okay, I'm not being segregative, but if you're a man and dramatic, like, what are you doing?
Maybe you're feminist. You're feminist then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I do know there are some few men who may be dramatic.
Yeah.
But maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, 2 maybe. Yeah.
2 out of 10. Okay, but I've met some quite dramatic men though.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, so baby mama drama. You're engaged and then you discover within your engagement that the person that you said yes to has a child or children. The mom of the child is alive, of course. What do you do?
A lot would actually prefer that the mom of the child is deceased. Like, my bad, but yes.
No, yeah.
Yes, like, you know what, even like, those that want to get married, half the times they would be inquiring from the guy's family, like, do you have parents? Others a lot actually prefer that the parents would be non-living.
But
like
then this is generally in context, like, okay, I'm getting married. Some people think about that even for their in-laws as well. Like, okay, if you didn't have in-laws,
it's even better.
Yeah.
But I think that's like a very wrong narrative. Yes, it could be right in some instances, but there are certain in-laws that are absolutely fantastic. Okay. My mother is a great mother-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's not get into mother-in-law and father-in-law.
Yes.
Maybe another time.
Another day.
We have to talk about that another time. Now, just trying to get like, okay, so you just wish that the mother of the child of the man you're marrying is dead. Like, I'm wondering what goes into your mind. Like, you wish that.
And for you to actually want to wish that would be based on, whatever it is that you prefer, right? So that would be okay. We would not judge. But, certain times somebody would be gone, but the man would still, be attached to them. I do know one father who lost, his girl. I think it was due to childbirth. The lady died as she was trying to give birth to their baby.
Yeah.
And, half the times I see him posting, about her and what he would have had with her. And for me, I'm just thinking he's not really over this person. So sometimes you may wish that the partner or baby mama would be dead. Does it make things better? Sometimes it may not. Somebody would be deceased, but somebody will still not be over them. They will be definitely mourning over somebody who's gone for quite a long time. But anywho, baby mama dramas, they happen, right? And maybe let's share a bit of tips on how you can be able to live in the baby mama zone, seeing that you're now in that situation, if we may. Jealousy is a normal emotion, right?
Yeah.
The other woman was a very huge part of your man's life, for instance. And of course, they did share a little humans or a little human who's a baby who came into their life. So that is something that you would not be able to take away, and jealousy will be a very normal emotion that you'll be expected to feel. So you just have to leave that part and say, yes, there is nothing I can do. It happened before he met me. Well, yeah, we like to assume it happened before he met you. But sometimes you could be in the picture and then the man goes ahead and,
get someone else pregnant.
Get somebody else pregnant. That will be very traumatic. Yeah.
I don't, okay, so I'm trying to put myself in a position where I'm with someone and then they get somebody pregnant while would I stay? I don't know. It depends anyways. It depends on if there's something I really value about this
them.
Guy,
okay,
that I think that it's necessary for me to sit through that. Then okay, maybe I can. Also, maybe it's on the mood. Sometimes I like drama. Right? Sometimes I like some drama. So if I'm like, okay, he's got a woman who has a child with him and they're all still in the picture. And then sometimes I would like the drama of just staying and seeing how he's sort of navigating everything and like how is he handling me in comparison to them. Because sometimes we're like, oh, babe, this woman, she has my child, so I have to do this for her. So it's like sometimes they put her first before you. And the mistake would be putting her before me because I'm like, she's not the one.
But would you still accept if they put the baby first before you?
The baby, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Usually, one thing that we overlook is that the child is the innocent one in the picture. The child and the new partner. These two parties are usually the innocent ones in the picture. Usually, they're the child more so than ever because it's like, okay, the child didn't.
I know women who would actually who have put the blame even on the innocent child, like, because of you, my man can't, be with me because of you and your mother.
Yes,
my man can do certain things for me. He will not be with me. You're just bitter. And I know with women, we've been socialized to allow us to be maternal, but not all women are maternal, and that should be okay. But I know this conversation would not be able to sit well with the ordinary Zambian because we've been socialized, or we've been brought up to believe that yes, every girl should be a mother. Every girl should be a mother. And of course, we grew up in an era or generation that would not allow for you to actually say that you don't like children, lest you be seen as evil. You can't say that.
Okay, personally, I like children, but
you're not maternal.
I don't think I am, honestly.
Right, and that's okay.
I don't think I am.
And that is okay.
But then I don't think I would be beating the child for the baby mama.
No, beating is extreme. That would be evil.
But the thing is, like, okay, because if I can't stand you, your very existence is irritating.
But it is okay to not be able to like children. As evil as this may sound, not everybody is maternal.
Yeah.
So there are those women that would actually not be able to actually accept somebody who is a baby daddy because they say, I can't be able to handle children. I naturally can like children. And that is okay.
What if the child is with the mother and then they're both still in the picture and in the man's life, and you can't handle children and yet the child is staying with the mother?
You can't handle children, the child is staying with the mother,
yes,
but they're still in the guy's life.
Yes,
there will always be.
Because the child has, maybe lives with his mother in this instance. And so, the only reason or the main reason that the woman is in the life of the man is because because
of the child.
So consistently is because the child is staying with the mother.
Right. Even though the child is staying with the mother, I'd like to believe these two will always be in the man's life, especially if the man has not set standards, has not set boundaries on how he treats the baby mama and you.
How do you set boundaries though? Like, that's the question that I have now. The scenario that's playing in my head when I ask about boundaries is, okay, so there's this child that was born from the man that you're about to get married to, and a woman will just say some random because we don't know her. She's just like the woman in this case. So the man has to take responsibility for the child. He has to either pay child support. Obviously, the child has to go to school. He has to eat. He has to go he has to be clothed. He needs to have a house, to live in a house, obviously. And that's for the man to make sure that this child that you brought into this world has all of these things. And then there's the woman. Some people put the child in a neutral place, right? Where, like, maybe either the girl's mother or the man's mother, and then whoever wants can go and visit and say, okay, ngatufuna na mwana
uzamuona kuli wa maibanga.
Like that song, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Or a sister or whoever. So they either put the child in a neutral place where the father can go and visit, or the mother can go and visit, but then they never have to meet. That way, the woman and the man don't have a relationship completely. And there are instances where they just have like days where the man or the man just like, or the woman just like leaves the child and goes and then just picks him up, and then like, okay, just like make days to say today, maybe every Thursday or every this day the child is dropped, and then can spend time with the father, and then they move on and then they walk away. So like, this is how I'm thinking of like how you can
those are boundaries. Actually, those are some of the things that can happen, but others would argue to say, no, we shouldn't have to put this child in a central place. If the man is disciplined enough to maybe decide on what he wants, but that is a brainer, because certain times this is a man who's had a relationship with the baby mama, right?
But then before you go further, sorry to cut you short, that like, people who talk like that, do they know that the word seduction exists for a reason? And
even beyond seduction, this is a person who was in this person's life, and so there's a connection. First of all, got cozy, they got intimate, and as a result of the baby, so there's a bond. The bond will always be there. You don't even know this woman, and you don't even have to kolewa. Also, so if you don't
with your new partner,
right,
then that's the day I'm meeting with
Ash, if you just don't set boundaries on how you want certain things done, then it's a mess. And also with regards communication, there could be a middle person in between, maybe like a sister or a brother, a cousin, if anyone who's closest to your community can be there to just help share, communication. Because certain times, yes, you can say bakazishta communicate beka, but then I don't know. Trust is a certainty based on past experience, and sometimes as women, we just want to cause drama half the times. So
then,
I am the baby mama. And, you know, I would sometimes just want to, you know, cause a fracas and cause drama. I would call this man in the middle of the night to say, I'm the one with the child.
But then that's also if this baby mama is single. Let's say after the partner, I don't know why you're laughing.
I'm laughing because what's coming to my mind also, a lot of people get excited when they know that the baby mama now has a man. The baby mama has now like maybe tied the knot, they're married. Then that way you know, I'm safe. But tell you what, the world has become very shady and craft such that even as married people sometimes, yes, we are getting into that union, not be able to speak entirely, but you know, we've seen stories. We do the stories all the time, and we hear even how the people who are actually even cheating the most are married people. So what guarantee do you have that
Coldplay concert thing that was like, oh my, that one was like,
that was trending? What
now
way?
The thing is, if the baby mama is single, I think that's why she would cause drama, because she's got no man to occupy him, to occupy her. Yes, and the man that you're now about to get married to is the only man in her life, right? That in the context of romance, he's the only man in her life. And so if she's lonely, obviously she's going to come up and cause drama, because she. And then this is like one thing that baffles me about how we operate as women sometimes. Because I'm saying I'm including myself. Because
you are a woman. And you're dramatic.
I haven't physically manifested drama, but I have had the urge to be that dramatic. Because look, if I miss you and I'm feeling lonely and for any reason you're not available, I do feel like, look, just like doing something crazy.
You're reminding me of how I behave sometimes. I'm like, it'll be like 01 or 02 midnight, and I'm thinking I cannot be the only one awake. There are times, you know, you're not feeling sleep, and you're like, no, very unfair. Why are you sleeping when I'm fast? I'm wide awake. I'm gonna have to call you.
Yes,
get up.
That brings into perspective what goes on in the mind of a baby mama who is like. Now, it makes it worse for her because she knows that she can't have him anymore, because now he's got this new woman and now they're now setting up this new life. The fact that you can't do anything about it just makes you go crazy.
The fact that you can't do anything about it will make you go crazy. But also the men are the ones that are supposed to also just set the standards. Yes.
How do you set a standard if I'm okay? Sorry, finish. I'm gonna ask that.
So yes, for me, the question is not even about the baby mama. Yes, I would want to cause drama as a baby mama sometimes, because I'm thinking nobody's gonna take my man away from me. You know, we have a child together. Okay, that is some toxic trait. Because you don't. Away. Yes, toxic away, but you just feel like if I can't have that man, nobody else will. So I will cause some drama, right? But you, as the man, the head of the house, we call you our priests, right? Our kings, yes. What are you doing to preserve the home that you're going to build if you're going to let that woman be up in your face in our lives?
One thing I don't understand about men is the soft spot they have. Like, there's this soft spot that is consistent in all men that I've met so far. They all have it. Because no matter how toxic a person is, they will always answer her call. Always. Like, you can have you may have been broken up for however long, and then maybe she did something, she broke your car, burnt it. When she calls, you will answer. And even like maybe grant her, some even go as far as granting her the audience that she's asking for. Like, what I'm thinking is like, okay, personally, when a relationship ends, for me, if I want to get over a person, it's out of sight, out of mind. I will block you everywhere. everywhere, and I will make sure that you have no access to me
you
whatsoever.
and even if you meet them,
even
the other person
emails.
is going the other way and you heading.
Not that I'm going to hide. I might, because if I'm not going to change my way just because I've seen you.
Are you also going to change your number? Oh, you said you block, so you're not one of those to change your number.
No,
because
I won't change my number. If you use a different
ex.
number and I discover it, so I'm blocking that number too. Like, trust me, I'll block as many.
So that
numbers
is
as
part
possible.
of your healing process.
Yes, it is. Now, like, that's me, and me thinking to say, look, that's how far you can go if you know that you don't want contact with the person whatsoever. You know how to get rid of them. But men never really completely do that. There's always like an access way that is left. Now, worse off if this a person has a child for them. It's like, even if they claim, no, we don't talk and everything, that person will always have access to them.
Absolutely. I was thinking maybe the block access wouldn't work in this scenario, because then there's a child and they're thinking, how will I be able to know how my child is doing? Others say no, will just be there. I'll be like the baby daddy and this person will be like the baby mama. And so I can't really entirely block this person. They will not have full access to me, but also they will have access to me.
Yes,
you know?
But then, okay, what do you think? Some women do this. If there's this scenario, what they do is they get the number for the baby mama and then they communicate. It's like now the baby mama communicates with the wife and not the husband. So like you're leaving him out of the picture just to avoid any kind of connection with the woman.
Right. That's
So
what
like,
most of the people do.
And everything.
But before
like
you get to that level, don't you think that there should also maybe be some sort of like relationship with baby mama and you who will marry the guy? Would you tolerate that? Because before we get to us just talking to say, hey, hello, Ensart, tell your man to be able to, maybe come and see the child tomorrow, or I need things for the baby, speak to him. Before we get to that level, don't you think we sort of should have like maybe built, not a friendship, but we can relate? We can be very cordial with each other and and relate.
There are some people that are, cordial and they are very friendly with one another and like they're mature.
What do you think it would take? Yes, you're talking about maturity, right? It would take maturity.
It would take maturity on both sides, on both on actually all the parties involved.
Right.
It would take some. Not even like some serious kind of maturity, but at any level of maturity. As long as you have maturity, then it would be easy for all of you to have that kind of relationship. And also that I think is healthy, first of all, for the child involved mentally. I think it's also healthy for even the children that you are going to have after you get married, because then you know that there's this child and so they're going to have siblings, and you know that very well you will introduce this child to their siblings, and I think that can work well. Like basically it's maturity. Absolutely
maturity, because at the end of the day we can all be dramatic, and a drama will be like the nature of the day. But for us to be able to actually even build healthier relationships going forward, healthier relationships in this context, you, the baby mama, your baby daddy, the new lady of the house in question, and of course the man. I think all people can be able to get together and just ensure that you work together for the better good of the child. Of course, everyone has to play their role, and just know what your role is and where you stand, not crossing boundaries, because that way you'll be able to just make it very impossible for you to form a formidable relationship. But on the child's part also, maybe if your mother didn't get married yet, and then there's a new family that your father is trying to build, I've noticed that the kids sometimes get bitter depending on what you, the baby mama, is speaking into the children, because remember, kids really do pay attention to not only what we say but what we do as well. How do you feel that situation can also be prevented? Like, how can we be able to just speak good? Yes, this person, your father, hurt me, but he's a wonderful man and he's building a family with somebody else, but he loves you. Can we get to that place?
It takes a certain level of intelligence. Like you have to be a certain level of intelligent for you to hate someone because they hurt you, and also, but then have the child love them, because you know that I know he hurt me, but this man is still my child's father. So anyways, like, thank God I'm not a parent. I don't hate anybody because that's like, but then it's like, okay, that's tricky, but it's possible also. And I think that's the best. But then a lot of people are too bitter. Like, there's too much bitterness for you to just think, because you think that just because somebody hurt you, they're a bad person. Like, it's just painted red. They're just
right. And you know, even like with friendships, there's certain times that you are in bad books with someone and you detest them, for lack of a better word. Yes, you detest them. And you want Esna to be able to detest them back, because, you know, you can't be in good books with somebody that I supposedly hate. You must hate them too. But that's not right.
If I was a baby mama, depending on the kind of man that I find myself with, I think I would want just like, if I was let me say, if I was a single baby mama, let's say I haven't accepted any man after him, because obviously I'm not going to get ugly after one child. And if I feel ugly, then for whatever reason, if I was a baby mama, I think I would deliberately the scenario is, I'm a baby mama who is still in love with the father of my child, but for whatever reason, maybe for this same reason I'm about to explain, he doesn't want me anymore. I will always stay in his life, always, and I'll always find a way to be in the picture. I don't remember who I was having this conversation with, but they talked about how, you know, how like if a baby mama misses you, like she just wants to sleep with you again. Right. She send a picture, say, "Anan picture man." But then the majority of the photo is the woman looking nice and sexy. Right. Like, but on a
somebody once told me, Kuti, you know, I don't know how true that is, if the men, but if the men can actually be able to say no. Somebody said, if you want a man, you can go ahead and just get him.
It's true.
Like, you know.
It is
so
if
you can be that baby mama who always wants to stay in somebody's life, a man's life, I think you can do it.
I would have to choose if I just want to make his life miserable, or if I want to end up with him. I could just make sure that his relationship with his new person ends, even though they're engaged. And then once it ends again, I become peaceful, quiet, and just a mature person. Then when you get someone else again, I'm back.
But what would that do also to your life? Yes, we can do it, and we have the right to do that. We can cause drama. But wouldn't that also like be impossible for you to eventually actually even move on and begin to build a life of your own, because you
but to reach that level,
you just want him.
I've made up my mind that my life now is focused on making your life a living hell. And
he must have been really good in all areas for you to want him that.
Really. If he was good in all areas, we wouldn't have broken up.
No, baby, even good things come to an end.
So meaning that, yes.
So the fact that it ended doesn't make them entirely bad.
That's a perfect statement for when I end all his relationships.
And we have the right to do that.
Yeah,
no, like, sometimes because you were in his life.
I'll be like, your favorite, and I would tell him that your favorite thing in this life is going to be this child that we made together. You're gonna make another child with somebody else, but me. This is like it.
But for those who are not paternal, also, I feel it would be good for them to I don't want to say learn, but maybe for those that don't even want to have children, because yes, like I said, we've been socialized and brought up to be like mothers even before we are mothers, because we take care of our brothers' children and just the community rather. But other women are not maternal, and other women don't even want to have kids of their own. So if you have like a baby daddy, if you're with a man who has a child somewhere else, I think that's even better for you, because you won't have to actually get pregnant. You don't want to have babies. Yes, so that would be like a bonus child.
Okay, so you have a child. Cool. I don't want you to bug me for children, because you already have children. So you can just stay with those. You can go and see them whenever you want to see them. But just don't. You and I, we can happen. And if you want marriage, that's fine. We can get married.
Right.
But just like, no babies are coming from me to you.
Right. That's all. But there are others who still would want more, even with them wanting more. They would call you childish for not wanting to have children.
The thought behind that is, for some of them, like, I value you and I love you, and I would want to have a child with you because of how I love you, and it's like, that those children would be special because, like, okay, I don't love this person that we had a child with anymore. I want to have a child with you because you're who I want to spend the rest of my life with. That's like, okay, it's okay that you love me and you'd want children from me because of what we're sharing.
Right.
Yeah, but then it's like, I'm not giving it to you.
The most important question would be, do I want children? So yes, I think such conversations must be had.
My problem is that, like, the whole 9 months and beyond thing.
Beyond, for me,
the beyond is like, first of all, they have to suck from you.
I don't know, but I'm scared of their no. I'm thinking my body will be messed up. I don't want, but and truth be speaking, I know, when somebody has a child, we get excited and we're happy. And even them, like the mothers, I don't want to say they portray happiness. Maybe they are happy, right? But they really just don't talk about the real issues faced prior to pregnancy, post-pregnancy, not just the changes that occur in your bodies, but even just the mental physique that you would have to handle. Let's talk about you not even having to sleep longer hours for, I think, even like good 2-3 years.
I just like, well, I guess we can close it from here.
Yes, we can close it from here. Can we be able to say that you can be able to inculcate healthy relationships as the other girl, the new girl in this man's life with the baby mama? You can if you want to, if you're mature.
If you're you can, I guess. I wanted to go into a whole different I was going to do a whole different rant.
Right.
But yeah, I guess a lot of, not a lot, but there are some baby mamas that are bitter for reasons best known to them and the man that they were dating. But whether or not they inculcate that bitterness on the child as well, for some it's inevitable, it happens all the time.
Right.
But then I think it's just like, need to find an in-between where you learn to tell the child to have his own brain, like let him have his own experience with his father or her, let the children have their own experiences with their fathers, and then that way they decide whether they love their father or not.
Absolutely. And I know we're speaking into marriage, which is like a beautiful thing because Christ initiated that, right? And you're almost getting married, either with your baby daddy and whatnot. But I feel like you shouldn't also be pressured to go ahead and carry on with that relationship with that man based on the sort of personality that you do have. If you're not maternal and you'll not be able to handle drama, it's always okay to start all over. Very difficult to do, but if you know yourself, you must do it. It's possible to do that.
Right. Well, Naomi, thank you so much for showing
Thank you for having me.
And we'll call on you again.
I'll be honored.
We'll be talking about something else, maybe in-laws or having children, because you and I are both scared of having children. I don't know. All right, thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. Leave your comment, leave us your stories as well. What stories do you have about baby mama drama or even baby daddy drama? I've never come across anybody talk about how dramatic their baby daddy is. I don't know. No, he keeps calling, I can't have a relationship with another person because he's always saying that we're together. No. Anyways, what is your story? Share your stories with us in the comments, your thoughts about baby mamas and baby daddies and everything surrounding that. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, my name is Ensart Lungu and I've been with Naomi.